So let's talk about this. I like to talk about them in a little different order. Prevention being the first one. How do we prevent this? When's the last time you guys heard of a school shooting? Or, I'm sorry, an active shooter? A couple days ago. Last week. In Washington. Okay. Is it just, you started off as we used to call them school shooters. High schools, middle schools, elementary schools. What is it now? Active shooter. Why do we change it? It happens in more places. Where does it happen? Movie theaters, malls, churches, anywhere there's groups of people. How do we prevent it? How many police officers are working ASU Police Department on campus right now? Take a guess. 15, 5. Some of you guys remember I tell you that there's 5 officers on the shift. So 15, that's pretty optimistic. There's 4. Okay, there's 1 guy out there. There's 4 guys, not including us detectives, and there's a patrol captain. Not a whole lot, right? Boone Police Department, how many people work at Boone Police Department right now? 8. Close. All right, what about Sheriff's Office? 8, same. Okay, that's if everybody's there today. So how many of y'all are there? Thousands, lots more. Right? We need your help. You see things we don't see. So what do we look for? Something out of the norm? Something that kind of makes you go, Should you ask somebody else about, hey, what do you think about that? Did you see that? Did you hear what they said? Did you see what they did? You talk to somebody. The whole ASU, see something, say something. All right? Ask somebody else their opinion. Ask a professor. Ask an RA. Ask somebody else. If you think you need us, call us. All right? One thing I always tell folks, if you think you need the police, call us. If you think you need law enforcement, call us. Doesn't matter if it's here on campus, off campus, home, wherever you call home. If you think you need law enforcement, call us. Never hesitate. And if it turns out to be nothing, great. But if it is something we need to be part of, the sooner we know the better. All right? Now, having been a cop for 18 years and answered calls, have I been to the same house or the same area 3, 4, 5 times a day for the same thing and it be nothing? Yes. Did I complain about it to my buddies? Yes. Is that my job? Yeah, that's my job. Okay? We're human, we're going to complain about it, but that's our job, is to show up when he calls, we show up, figure out the problem, sort it out if we can. So never hesitate to call us. All right? Be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of the folks around you. Again, maybe, I guess a couple hours ago, we got a call, just today, a couple hours ago today, we got a call of a guy that possibly had a gun walking down the street. Patrol officers approached him, as they should, treated it as they should. Don't move, put your hands on top of your head. Did he have a gun? Yeah. It was a prop gun. It was a cop car costume.
Is that what that was this morning?
About one time.
Yeah.
Probably not a good idea, was it? Right? So, send him on his way. He didn't violate the law, but we have to treat him as such. So be aware of your surroundings. So what happened was the wind blew his duster out of the way, and somebody walking by, a passerby saw that he had that, called us, and that's what we want, folks. So we need your help in preventing this. So let's say that it does happen. We hear gunfire. Anybody ever been shot at? I hope not. I have a couple times. Sucked both times. Makes you go, shit. And then you revert back to, okay, I gotta do this, right? But it's different than we perceive it. It's not like it is on TV. It doesn't sound the same. Sometimes it's not quite as loud as that. Sometimes it's really loud. Sometimes you don't even hear it. But let's say it happens. Let's say it happens in the hallway outside this classroom. What are we gonna do? Well, if it's right outside this hallway, we probably don't need to go in the hallway. If you're close to an outside door, or you're somewhere where you can get out and get away from the shooting, go. Get out and get away. If you can do that. If it's safe to do that. Create distance. If you're outside, create distance from where the gunfire is coming from. All right? Putting things in between you. You know, let me ask you this. Ever watched a TV show or a movie where somebody's running down a long hallway of a school or a building and the bad guy's right after them? Turn a corner. You know, turn a corner. Get out of the way. Get out of sight. So if you can get away, get away. If you can't get away, if trying to get away puts you in harm's way or puts you in danger, then what do? Hide. All right? So does hiding work? Sometimes. All right? First thing I ask police recruits when I teach them in firearms, like I did a couple weeks ago. First thing I tell them, why do people shoot you? I heard it. Because what? Why do people shoot you? I heard it. Somebody over here. Because they see you. Because they see you. Okay? They know you're there. So hiding works. Sandy Hook, Newtown, Connecticut. That ring a bell? All right? What's not out there a whole lot is the gunman goes into a classroom, or he gets there, he gets in the school with 5 rounds, shoots a few people, goes into a classroom. Nobody's there. Comes out, goes into the second classroom. That's where he shot most of the kids. First classroom was full of kids. Teacher heard a gunfire, perceived it, treated it as that, acted quickly, got all of her students in closets and cabinets. Saved their lives. Right? Quick thinking. Yeah.
I went to a community college my senior year of high school, and like my teacher said that they had to lock the doors because like if there's a shooter, if the door is locked, they won't let him try to get in and just walk past it.
Right, right. And that's kind of where I'm going with this, is he didn't see anybody in there. So he moved on to the next, to where people were going to be at. Now, they say there's no profile for an active shooter, and I kind of disagree with that. Historically, if you look at active shooters and these acts of violence, they're there for one of two things: a person or a group of people that have made them mad, or a body count, as many as they can hurt. So they're going to go, they know once they start, the clock's ticking. Somebody's coming. Somebody's going to stop them eventually. The clock's ticking. They come to a door, it's locked, or there's nobody in the room. If it's locked, are they going to waste their time trying to get in, look in the window? We don't see anybody. Are they going to waste their time trying to get in there if nobody be there? No, they're going to move on to an easier target. All right? Targets of opportunity. So if you're, turn the lights off, lock the doors. Keep the doors locked. Stay out of sight. If we could lock both these doors, where would be a good place for us to be? Right here. Okay? You have lights off so we can look in. Do the doors, nobody's here. We'll move on. All right? Once you decide to hide in place, this is real simple, folks. You got 3 options when this happens. You can run, you can hide, you can fight. All right? Once you decide to hide in place, what do you need to be thinking about? What?
A plan.
A plan. What are you going to do? What are you going to do when they walk in that room? What are you going to do if they get in that room? How do you know you can lock the doors? Do you look at doors that way? Do you look at doors? I spent all these years trying to get indoors. I look at doors like, how can I break that open? All right? Well, if I kick it, is it going to go in or does it go out? It's not going to do any good, make you look stupid. So I've done that. All right? Can you lock? Do you know where the locks are at? Do you know how the lock works? Look at things that way. So these doors here, if we couldn't lock it, can we barricade it? We can put a whole bunch of stuff in front of it. What are they going to do? They're going to open the door out and go, hey, look, there's a bunch of people there. Because it opens out. All right? But you have a plan. When they come in the room, what are you going to do? Now, folks, this is where the soul searching comes into play. This is where you have to decide what you're capable of doing. Are you prepared to fight for your life? That's what it is. What's the FBI guy say? Anybody have family members in the FBI? How close? Okay, well, I'll just refrain from that. I'm sure he's heard it. The FBI is the first bunch of idiots. It's state SBI is the second bunch of idiots. But FBI is really good at what they do. But the FBI guy, who's not probably really an FBI agent, he's just a profiler. Is he got a profile?
I don't know.
Is he an agent?
Yeah.
Okay, well then he's good. He's good. Was he a cop before he was an FBI?
Yeah.
But he's really good at it. The FBI guy says you may have to confront your assailant. Seems a little warm and fuzzy for me, right? Hey, stop doing that. Is that a confrontation? Yeah. So what is this though? It's a fight for your life. What are you prepared to do? How are you going to do it? They tell you you may have to fight for your life. Hey, how do you do it? That's why I'm here. Right? That's why we're doing this. How are we going to do it?
Throw things at him. Throw things at him.
Throw things at them? Would you wave your painting a stab with your pen? You do that? Yeah. Hey, works. There's more of us than there are of them. Hopefully. Backpacks, book bags, purses, whatever. I saw a couple, some of the drink containers or, coffee mugs or stainless steel and whatnot. Whatever's available. All right. When I worked in the when I worked in the jail, one of the things we did is the old jail a long time ago. That actually trained me in the jail. We worked together at the sheriff's office for a long time. She taught me how to kick ass that thing, pretty much. Taught me how to spray somebody. That's kind of cool. She said, "What the hell's going on? This is how you do it. Half cans pepper spray. Hey, I can live with that." Whole other story. First thing we take in property like pencils, paper, things like that for the inmates. The family would bring them in. We had to search to make sure there's no contraband and take it to the inmates upstairs. Well, the first thing they would do to get a bunch of pencils is they would take them in the supply room and cut them in half. So what's up with that? Then they showed me a picture of a guy who was killed by a number 2 pencil to the temple. Oh, roger that. Got it. That's why we cut them in half. Okay? Folks, you got to understand, this is a fight for your life. What are you prepared to do? Okay? I'm not a violent guy. I don't want to hurt anybody, shoot anybody, kill anybody. If it's them or me, it's going to be them. So, I'm not advocating violence. I'm advocating refusing to be a victim. Okay? Do whatever it takes. How about the kids? Soft targets, gouge his eyeballs out, that'll work.
Go for his throat. Go for his throat.
Go for his throat. Subdue him somehow or another. Right? What else? What else? I mean, these chairs, tables, we can get them a chair table. What else does every building have a lot of? Fire extinguishers. Love fire extinguishers. They're awesome. Shoot them with the white stuff, hit them with the red can. Perfect. You can run away. Whatever. All right? Think outside the box. Do whatever it takes. You have to, on the idea of subduing them. 9/11. How old are y'all? 9/11/01.
13.
All right. I remember vividly where I was at, where all my kids were at. Shortly after that, I flew for one, which was like I was on the alert for everybody. But shortly after that, a guy got up on the Southwest Airlines during the flight and decided it would be a good idea to announce that he was going to take over the plane and headed for the cockpit. He didn't make it. You know what they did to him? Passengers. You know what they did to him? They beat him to death. Because they were not going to be victims. They refused. Okay? Be safe. Think safe. All right? The world is a dangerous place. I hope it never happens here. But I prepare for if it does. I'm a worst case scenario kind of guy, unfortunately. Think about it, what you would do if it would happen somewhere where you're at. But it may not be here, maybe at home, maybe at the mall, maybe at the, the movie theater, things like that. And to kind of bring this home to you guys, at the beginning of this year, one of the move-in days, first couple days of the semester, I did this class for a group of students that were workers here on campus. One of the girls that was in that group was in the theater in Colorado when the guy came in and started shooting. She lost a lot of friends that day. Right? So, I mean, it kind of sends it home. Right? Couple things to think about. I want you to have a mindset of, okay, like I said, this is gonna. If this happens, you're gonna be scared. All right. I went on almost 100 calls to the sheriff's office, SWAT calls. Scared every one of them. I mean, because there's a lot that can happen. A lot of bad stuff can happen. You're going to be scared. What's the difference between fear and panic? Rationality.
Being rational about the situation.
Yeah, you can be scared and still think, right? But if you panic, done. Yeah, you shut down. Done. It's okay to be scared. You're going to be scared. All right, this sucks. Let's move on. Let's get done. Let's do what we need to do. Let's think about what we talked about. The mindset, again, the question for you, I can't answer that question for you. What are you prepared to do? Having the mindset of, I'll do whatever it takes. I'm going to give you a couple of scenarios here, or actually stories. Talking about mindset. We can talk about it. I can give you ideas, but it's yours. You have to think about it. You have to hone it. You have to perfect it. Virginia Tech. Tragic lesson to be learned. One of the young ladies at Virginia Tech was found at a desk like this, with her head in her hands, just like this, shot at the top of the head. Do you think she had a survival mindset? Do you think maybe she was in that, I can't believe this is happening mode? Yeah, she was in denial. Okay, lesson to be learned. I don't want you to be that person. Right? I don't want you to be that. Opposite end of the spectrum, trained female police officer, so it's a little bit different. She answers a disturbance call at a house. This is in Florida. She rolls up, doors open, she goes in, she encounters 3 armed home invaders. They open fire on her. She draws her gun, she returns fire, she's shot in her gun hand. She goes down, or in her shoulder. She goes down. She picks up her gun with her left hand, keeps shooting, kills one of them. Her gun runs in, she's shot in both legs. She's down on her knees now. She does a one-hand, weak-hand reload of her gun, and that's hard because I teach that. Reloads her gun, keeps shooting, kills the second one, third one runs off, they catch him later. She shot 11 times. Vest, both legs, her arm, her hand. You know where she's at today? Back on the job. Think she has a survival mindset? Absolutely. Do whatever it takes. Keep on fighting. Have that mindset of I'll survive. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to live. Anybody have? Yes?
Did the girl in Colorado tell us?
She talked a little bit about it. She said it was just it happened so fast that they really didn't know what was going on. She just knew that people were being shot. They didn't really see the guy. Or,
So did she run out?
yeah, she ran out. She ran out. And that's one of those things that, I mean, if you listen to the 911 tapes of that, they caught the guy relatively quickly. I mean, outside. But the victims were spread out over miles because everybody ran and left. And so the law enforcement, the emergency response, the ambulance and whatnot, they were spread out everywhere. The officers calling for help over here, the ambulance over here, I got this, I got that, everywhere. It was really frustrating as law enforcement because there was so much. The cop part is done. I mean, you look at this thing. The law enforcement part is we neutralize the shooter. That's what we do. We put the shooter down and take care of business, and then we bring in EMS and all the other stuff, the folks who do the medical stuff. But it was frustrating because the police officers there didn't do medical stuff. We do that here. Fortunately, we do that kind of stuff. But yeah, it was. She started talking about it a little bit, and then she got a little teary-eyed, so we just kind of went on something else.
So I'm from the